Hello friends, have you recently seen these videos garnering millions of views and bringing in thousands of dollars of revenue per month for the video maker? These range anywhere from quizzes to personality to development to guessing the voice to things like that. And there are multiple channels that are built upon this with very similar concept like this specific video where you have to guess the name of the country based upon the image that it's given, and it's very unique, it's very catchy, and it's highly viewed videos. So in today's video we'll be going to look into how to create videos like this very easily and something that is repeatable in nature. This is another channel. It is even more simple to build something like this where you just show the name of the flag and something comes up as which country that is. So now look at how much amount of revenue they are making. They are making anywhere from $40,000 a month to $500,000 and even much beyond that, around $876,000 a year. Probably more than that because social media rankings are sometimes based upon $4 RPM only. Now let's go to ChatGPT to start building these questions. I'll first type in a prompt where I'm saying that I'm a geography quiz master and want to challenge my students to recall the name of the capital of the country by giving 3 options that are there. So please create a set of 15 questions in the tabular format, and this is how the table should look like. Now ChatGPT goes ahead and generates that table for you, where the first column is the question number, then the question, and then 3 options from which one is the correct one. And towards the end, it also generates an answer key table for your reference. Now using this, we can easily build those kind of videos in Canva. So now let's head to Canva. Here you can search for video. You need to select a video which is 920 1080p, which is perfect for YouTube, or if you want to create for Insta, the same things go, but you can choose an Insta video. So let's go to a video. Now you need to create a blank video. Once you have the blank page, now we are going to start with creating a background. So I'm going to search for a spiral background. You need to go to elements and type spiral background. Now I want to have a background which is yellow in color just for this specific preference. So I'm going to choose a yellow background. You can go to videos, see all, and select whichever video you like. So just drag and drop and it will automatically get adjusted to your frame. Now as next step, we want to go and add shapes to it. These shapes will act as placeholder for all your answers. Now go back to the elements and click on shapes. Now once you are on the shape, select the rectangle which has curved borders. So now you shape these rectangles so that they are able to accommodate the answers. You can adjust the size accordingly, you can adjust their positions, and then change the color to whatever the color you like. Choose more catchy colors with good contrast background so that they become more appealing in nature. Now once you have one of these, once you are good with the color, then you can duplicate these. So you click on the duplicate icon and then create 3 boxes like that by duplicating them. Now once you have these 3 shapes, the next one is we are going to create a circle. So you can adjust the position, then create a circle. So we need a couple of circles. So one is on the top left hand side where we are going to hold the question number. So again, you can change the color for it, whatever color you like. For this video, I'm choosing to go ahead with this color. Now, similarly, we need to place them right next to the answer bars. So duplicate them and copy them towards the answer bar. Now change the color and then you just need to duplicate them for all the rectangle bars that we created previously. Great. Now we have the structure for holding these answers. Now let's start adding those different text. Okay, to start off with, we are first going to add a text which is a heading which is going to store the question number. Now the contrast is low, so I'm changing the color to white. Now similarly, we need to do for 3 answer placeholders that we have written. So the first one we are going to call that as option A. The second one we are going to call that as option B. You can just duplicate the text and copy it to the respective position. Edit that to answer B, and then next we are going to create answer C. All right, now once we have that, let's go back to ChatGPT to copy the first question. So the first question is, what is the capital of United Kingdom? We are going to add another heading and then paste our question in that. So you have to adjust the size and the font and the spacing so that you are sure that text box is going to accommodate all the questions that are there within what ChatGPT generated. Otherwise, it is going to flow out of the frame that you have already captured. Okay, now let's add a timer bar, which will add as a slider towards the end of the video. Go to your search element and then search for time bar. And then select a video which is there for 5 seconds. You can go to the video tab and then select a video which is there for approximately 5 seconds. So we can find this and just drag and drop this video towards your own video. Now the best way to ensure that this aligns with our video design, we are going to crop this video towards so that it just has the loading bar. So you can crop from top, crop from bottom, crop from left and then the right. Okay, so now we have cropped it, but it seems a little small, so you can adjust the size by enlarging that. Okay, so once you have easily positioned it, then let's go to the next step. Okay, so now that we have a timer bar, let's go ahead and add the rest of the text back. So we are going to add the name of the cities in 3 options that we have added. So again, add a heading, adjust it to the size and then copy paste the city names that you have copied from the ChatGPT. So we'll do one by one and ensure to adjust the size so that the entire name of the city fits in the respective text box. You can duplicate it and adjust them to the respective frames. Now let's copy all the rest of the cities. Second city, third city. Okay, so now that all the options have been created, now let's go to adding a timing for the animation. So you have to click on the text box and right click and do show element timing. So now we are going to adjust the timing of the question so that it starts 0.5 seconds after the first screen has been shown up, and we want the second option to show 0.5 seconds after that. So we select all, we group, and then we ensure that it starts 0.5 seconds after the question, which is 9-second mark. Then we group the second one, and then similarly we select that 0.5 second after the first option, which is 8.5 seconds. And then similarly we group the third option and then select so that it comes 0.5 second after the second option, which is at 8-second mark. Now we want the timer to come even 0.5 second after the last answer has been shown, so that after the last option has been shown. So we'll put that position as 7.5, and then we want our timer to be only shown for 5 seconds because that's the time window that we have selected for people to guess the answer. So we'll adjust the timing for 5 seconds. Okay, so once this has been adjusted, let's go back and add some sounds to the question. So we go back to the elements and search for cork sound. We go to the audio and then select the first element over there. So we drag and drop the first music and paste it and put it on the timeline bar so that it matches our very first question. And then we keep on duplicating that so that it adjusts for all the other options that are there. So the very first music is at 9-second mark, which is the time when the first option occurs up. And then we go ahead and add a timer for a timer sound, which will collaborate with our loading bar. So once we add the timer sound, we adjust that for 5-second mark. After that, we go ahead and choose a sound which will show that our question has been successfully selected. The answer has been successfully selected. So we go ahead and search for logo ascent and then copy the music which we like the most from there. So let's say I like this one. So I'll just drag and drop from there over here for the remaining amount of time that we have, which will be somewhere around 2.5 seconds. Alright, now once the sound has added, we can go ahead and change the fade in and fade out. I'm adding a little bit fade out to the winning sound so that it gives a generic effect. You can choose to have or not have as part of this video. Now, as part of next step, once the sound has been added, we need to create another box that will be used to show the winning option. So we start by ungrouping the very first element, then we choose the blue box which we had created and we duplicate it. So I'll go ahead and select the blue box, duplicate it and then bring it out. Now we can choose the color for this. I'm choosing green as the winning color. Light green works better. So we go ahead and ungroup all the other options that are there. I'll show you why we are doing this. So once it's ungrouped, we go to position, then layers, and we bring down all the blue boxes that are there towards the very end, just above the background. We'll get to know why we are doing this just a little bit down the video. We bring down all the blue boxes and then the green box just above all the blue boxes. Okay, so now this has been done. The majority of the work is done. Okay, so now we have the element added, but we need to add the timing for it so that it shows just after the loading bar has ended. So we go ahead and right click and we do show element timing. I've already selected that. So it's going to show up in the below box, and we click on the green box and then we adjust the timing to show it right after the slider, which is at 2.5 second mark, so that it shows just after the slider has ended. Okay, now that we are done with this, let's move on to our next step. The next step is select everything and delete. Yes, don't worry, we are going to get everything back. So you click on the share button and then download the MP4 format for this. So now whatever we have downloaded already has the background plus the music effect. Now what you are going to do is, firstly you are going to do Ctrl Z so that all the elements come back, and next you are going to upload your music that you just downloaded, the background plus music that you just downloaded. So you upload that background plus music, you go to the upload section and then drag and drop the background that you just downloaded onto the screen. So now your background has the spiral background plus the music effects with it. So now you can go ahead and delete all the sound that you added previously. You can delete all the sounds one by one. Alright, sounds perfect. Now we have a background which has the music and all the timings that are associated with every element. So now next go ahead and add images. So we go back to the elements and then we search for frames. So now we are going to choose a frame which will best align with our video, which is a rectangular frame with curved edges. So we take a frame and then we adjust it onto the video where we see it will be best. Now majority of the work has been done, and now comes the part which will be common for all your videos. So we take each question and then we search for which country we want to guess the capital for. Let's just say the first one is United Kingdom. We search for its flag, and then we right click on that image and then we add it to our new folder. So now what we are doing is we are searching for all the countries, flags for all the countries, and then we are adding all those images to a folder. What we are going to do with those images, we are going to look at that in the next step. So I'm going to search for each country one by one and then add them to a folder. So I'm going to fast forward the video over here so that we can move on to the next step. So one by one, all the flags are going to get added to that same folder which you are going to use as part of the next step. And in generating any other similar type of video, this is one of the only steps that you will have to do. This is going to take somewhere around 2 to 3 minutes every time you want to create a new type of video. But for this video, this is one time step. Now once that is done, you have to go to the apps and then you click on bulk create and you click on enter data manually. Now over here, you copy the entire table from ChatGPT and then you come back to this bulk create table and then you first clear the table, then you double click on the first column and then press Ctrl V. Now we are going to add another column to it called images, and then we are going to click on the plus sign over here and then we are going to add flags one by one. another place we are going to add flags one by one from the saved folder that you already created. Now this is another thing which is going to take just a minute, and we have to do this every time we are creating a new type of video. So these are the only steps that you have to do once per video. The rest of the things is all automated by Canva. Okay, once that is done, you are good to go. Now comes the connection part. So firstly we click on question number and then right click on connect data, and then we click on the first column, and then similarly for question we click on the second column, and then for the first answer we click on the column which is associated to that, similarly for second column and for the third column as well. Now for the image we right click, connect data, and then connect to the image column. Now all the data has been connected. Now all you need to do is go ahead and click on the continue button. So once you do that, generate 15 designs. Canva will automate all the steps for you and generate 15 designs. Voila. Okay, so now all the 15 designs have been created. Now comes the last part where you need to copy the element that you created as the correct answer towards the option which is the right one. Now this is the last step that you have to do for every video that's there. You repeat these steps for all the 15 slides that are there. It's worth it, and it's going to look amazing once the video has been completed. So once you do that, then again you can go ahead and click on the download option. I'm again going to fast forward the video so that we don't have to watch this again. I'm going to fast forward the video, and now once that is done, the next step will just be to download the video and show you how that turns out. So click on the download, click on download MP4, download all the pages, don't select a single page, download all pages, and then this is how the final video turns out. Please do share and comment how did you like this video and whether you like similar videos in the future. Thank you so much.